head, Morel, Esther Dockendorff, who is the president of PEI Muscle King. Been a family business and an important part of the economy in this area.
38 years.
38 years, and your mother and father started it.
That's true.
And that was really at the time when people were beginning to discover that muscles could be raised successfully here on PEI, right?
Yes, that's right. There was no commercial industry back then, just starting.
So, Esther, how would you describe in terms of the scale, the growth that's taken place now that you get into, call it the second generation?
Yeah, our company's, like I said, 38 years old. The first 20 years, probably first 15 years, the growth was phenomenal. And now it's incremental. And, the island is getting pretty well maxed out at, between 45, 50 million pounds. So there's not a whole lot of room now to grow. So now it's probably finding ways to sell the same product for more money, adding value.
And that's adding value in terms of how the customer will appreciate it, or be able to have it over a longer time, I suppose, is part of it too, isn't it?
That too, as well as coming up with products that are more consumer friendly. Like our microwavable product, hitting a part of the public that doesn't want preparation, so that grab and go type product.
Yeah, and of course we know that product where you've got the frozen sort of call it pre-cooked mussels with various sauces and so on, and you've really, your company has really stepped forward in that frozen mussel preparation.
Yeah, we've been doing that for about 20 years. So about 50% of our annual production is in frozen.
And how much of your production would be sold outside of Canada?
Outside of Canada, probably 70%.
Mm-hmm. So that means a big part of your company's success is the export and relationships.
For sure.
As I was coming in here today, one of your regular customers from Japan is here for a visit, and I understand there was someone here from Holland who supplies you with equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really international business you're in.
It is an international business, and that's sort of our forte. This year we landed an account in Kazakhstan, for example.
Mm-hmm.
To my knowledge, probably the first Canadian mussels to go into Kazakhstan. We've got a new account coming on in Mexico. And it's kind of a personal goal of mine to add a new country every year. And we're on track.
And each of those presents its own situation as far as logistics, I suppose, does it?
Logistics aren't terribly bad, but if you get a foothold in a country with one customer, then you can keep building and building. So you're sort of getting that global footprint,
right,
which is important.
And right from the beginning, sales and getting out and having relationships has been a big part of your company's success.
Absolutely.
And you continually innovate here in the plant. I expect there have been a lot of changes from the beginning.
My brother Scott and I were discussing this last week, and we don't know whether that desire for the next new thing is a blessing or a curse, because we're driven all the time to keep developing, innovating.
And it makes a big difference right here in this community in terms of employment. How many people would you have working for you on a regular basis?
There are about 45 men working on the water, and this time of year there are about 20 sock fillers, and in the plant I believe it's 56 right now.
Right, so you're upwards of 100.
Yep, over 100. Mm-hmm.
Which is an amazing thing, and a lot of it is, the great part of it is right here in the community, the workers.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
And I know you've done a lot to automate, as you've seen opportunities to improve your processes.
Improve the processes, make them faster, protect the product better. So we're always looking at ways to do things better and more efficiently.
And when you think back to the days when somebody had to figure out that a mussel would could grow upside down, you might say, by hanging in those socks. There was a lot of real innovation and experimentation in getting it started.
Well, there was nothing. Everything had to be developed. Everything had to be invented, and it was a tough industry because at that time, even our anchors were sandbags. So you can imagine the labor going into filling sandbags and dragging them down the wharf. And there was no such thing as a boat with a hydraulic arm in it. It was whatever manpower, whatever arms the men had. Those were your hydraulic arms at the time. So it's come a long way.
And today, Prince Edward Island, we've been told, and I know others are getting into it, but Prince Edward Island is supplying maybe 80% of the mussels in North America.
Yeah, for sure.
And of course, you're on several other continents.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, it's a great thing for putting PEI on the map.
And it has.
Yeah,
for sure.
And for the employment and the economy here in this area. And then as we think about other ways that people get to know Prince Edward Island, who knows what further opportunities it's opening up.
Incredible networking.
Yeah. Well, thanks for what you and your family are doing and have done to make a go of this. And
well, we've had a lot of help along the way.
You have, and
sure.
I know that you've worked at it, as have your others in your family. And it's a great thing for our province. So thank you for that.
You're very welcome.